Hi, good people. It's been a while since I've come to you from the inside of my Jeep, but I am here today. I'm on the road, headed to a meeting with folks who build roads, and then to one of the health organizations here in northern Michigan to just see how they're doing and learn more about them. So it's a day to try and learn and meet and move forward. Hey, I just wanted to touch base on a couple of things. I'm going to start with the UIA, the Unemployment Insurance Agency. I don't have to go over the last year and a half with regard to the chaos and the mess when all the lockdowns started. But that's where I'm headed here, as to where we're at now. So we had a hearing the other week, about a week ago, in oversight, and we were following up on these letters that appeared out of, saying people owed, potentially owed back unemployment benefits. And we were told that the correspondence, something like February 25th or something, was the first time they heard about it. Well, then it turns out after this hearing, it was actually January. Maybe it was January 25th. Anyway, they got word from the feds about this situation way before, 6 months before they let the public know. And then they had kind of fibbed to us as to when they first knew about it. So that really raises a lot more red flags. So that is a big issue there. Why did they wait 6 months to let people know what was going on? And wait 6 months to finally get verification from the feds that you probably aren't going to have to pay this back, that sort of thing. My point is, I am of the belief that the Unemployment Insurance Agency needs to be dismantled and rebuilt. And just, I think it was yesterday, they re-upped the software, which I think everybody agrees is junk. The software caused so many issues last year, and on and on and on and on. Unemployment Insurance Agency is a mess. And one of the things that I find ironic is you may remember, back in the early days of our COVID Oversight Committee, when we had then Director Gray, and we're asking, when did you find out about this? What did you know about it? We were in constant contact with the governor's office. We were in constant contact with the governor's office. Well, then when interim Director Olson, I believe is her name, came in, we asked, when was the last time you talked to the governor? And she said, I don't know, about a month ago. So here's an agency that is in distress, and the governor's not checking in. Now we find out that they've withheld information, and they knew about it 6 months before they even announced it to the public. UIA needs to be, we need to have an independent group look at it, rebuild it, suggest ways to change it, and re-upping that software that we know is junk. I have issues, and we need more answers, but trying to get them out of the UIA people is truly like pulling teeth. It's kind of like reaching out to UIA trying to get answers to your unemployment situation. It is a mess. I want to talk about vaccines as well, because I know it's a contentious issue. And again, let me say I am not for mandates. I am, and I have gotten the vaccine, and I'll probably get a booster when it comes along. I think it's safe. My wife thinks it's safe. We're moving forward. That's me. All right? But I do want to mention this, just so people know, because it's out there and people are arguing about it. Get a lot of, do you think the governor's going to lock us down again? Is she going to shut us down? The answer is no, I don't think so. Could it happen? Yeah. In some way, shape, or form. That I don't know of any way she could do it, but that doesn't mean she can't pull a rabbit out of her hat to do it. So right now, I don't think there can. The Department of Health and Human Services orders are still there that she could use forward with mandates. That's just a general comment. Now, when it comes to schools and employers, we've talked about this in the past, that legally they can. And there was I believe it was a Catholic school sued, saying they didn't want to have any kind of state mandates. Well, the Federal Court of Appeals ruled against the school and said, yeah, they can do this. It is legal. So this is, once again, I mentioned this a while ago, federal law and case law has proven that employers and schools can do this. I'm not saying you agree with it. I'm just telling you where the law stands on this. And the other issue I have with that is if we have a mandate that says you can't do this, is it right? A year ago, we were saying the state should not be telling businesses about masks and what they had to have masks. They had to have 6-foot distances. And now, a year forward, it's on the same plane. I can't see us just turning around and just telling businesses they can and can't do certain things. I was against it a year ago. How do I be for it now? It's a slippery slope. So I just want to mention that. With schools, I think we need to continue to do it regionally like we are right now. Because a year ago, that was what I talked about, balance and doing this regionally. But what would happen? Southeast Michigan was having spike, multiple cases. We locked down the whole state. Not good. So I think it is right to leave it to the locals, and I'll tell you why. Because let's say a certain area has a spike, a certain state has a spike. Let them deal with it. Here, things are moderate. I will tell you, I looked yesterday. I didn't get today's numbers, but yesterday, the Munson Healthcare System had 40 patients in all their hospitals with COVID. I don't have an ICU breakdown, whatever, but 40 patients out of, hundreds of thousands of people. So you got to be very careful here. That's why I think local mandates or local rules, I should say, are a good idea. Because think about it this way too. My knowledge, I think most school districts in my neck of the woods are still saying, hey, strongly recommend masks and whatnot, but we're not going to mandate them. I think only 1 or 2 school districts have. Point being is, you have an opportunity to reach out to your school board and talk to them and hear from them and follow up with them. So that's why I think regional is important, and when making decisions with health and this whole situation. So I may be rambling a little bit, and I don't mean to. I think I've made my point. But now that the vaccine is FDA approved, or the Pfizer part of it is, if you've been worried about its safety, hopefully that helps. Again, I am for the vaccine. I think people should get the vaccine, but I am not for mandates. And I think that's a big difference, all right? And I think you need to talk to your doctor too. Somebody you trust, not just the article who you don't know who it is on the internet, for or against. Talk to the doctor and the people you trust, and not just some, blogger who is rambling on about why something is good or it isn't. So we've got to be smart on this. And then one last just thought, I had to laugh at our governor. We've got all these billions of dollars that are sitting out there through the American Rescue Plan and other COVID relief, and she is just on a road show, going around spending money or promising to spend money, hand over fist. She had recently, I think it was 2 days ago, like $2 billion to help the middle class, to help small business. And I'm thinking, you can help the middle class. You could have helped small business was not lock them down a year ago. Let them open up. But here she's got this money. Now, none of this has been negotiated with the House or the Senate, but she's out there being all rosy and sunshiny, probably because she's trying to look positive. And B, it's an election year, or we're working on an election year. So just interesting. So when you hear her out there promising all this money, and a year ago she wasn't necessarily against defunding the police in principle, but now she's promising $75 million to help the police. So flip, flop. So, all right, I'm going to leave you now. I'm pushing 10 minutes. That's where I try to keep things at. But there you go. UIA, we need to just start over with that department. And with vaccines, talk to your doctor, especially, if you haven't gotten it and you're worried, you're concerned, well, it wasn't approved, now it is. Talk to your doctor, okay? Don't just trust the internet meme or blog, okay? If you're worried or nervous, talk to your doctor. I think that's a good way to go. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.